One way I like to get the money for that is giving someone an option to purchase the house sometime in the future.
Interesting.
So that you can get into the house with no money down.
Right. You are big on buying without any money down. What are some ways that, and we don't need to go into all the depths of the details of these methods, so people can go kind of be like, oh, that sounds interesting, let me go research more. What are some ways that people can do that?
So the best way I like doing it is buying a property at a deep enough discount that I am going to be all in at 70% of what it's going to be worth fixed up. So I'll give you some numbers, some easy numbers. So let's say a house is worth $100,000. It needs 20 in work. I don't know any houses that only need 20, but let's just say it only needs let's just say it only needs 20 in work. So that means that your top offer on that house can be $50,000. Now, I don't usually offer the top offer because I'd like to make some money. Like, I'd like to build some reserves in the deal. So if my top offer is 50, maybe my first offer to the seller might be 20, 25, something like that, so I could build some money into the deal. And then borrowing that money from a private lender that we just talked about, you establish that relationship with them, borrowing that money, the 70% that you need to do the deal, buy it, fix it up, put a tenant in there, and then refinancing it so that the lender can get their money back plus their interest. So that's probably my favorite way to do it. But there are other ways that I've done. One thing that is, I guess you can say, really helpful to buy things no money down is you can buy a property subject to the existing mortgage, right? And sometimes they might be behind, maybe they need some moving expenses, but you can get that money from the moving expenses elsewhere. One way I like to get the money for that is giving someone an option to purchase the house sometime in the future.
Interesting.
That costs money to be able to get that option, but it's a non-refundable option deposit, and you can use that money to pay whatever they owe, closing costs, whatever, so that you can get into the house with no money down.
Right.
But I'll just stick to those two for now.
Yeah, and those are great starting points. And eventually, every now and then you get lucky with like a seller finance deal. Well, they'll finance it with no money down or something like that as well. But those are great lead into, if someone's listening and wants to learn more about buying with no money down, they can go do research on subject to deals, seller financing deals, and the BRRRR method. That's awesome. Or they can hit you up and you can help them out. Yeah. So when a deal gets in front of you in your inbox or on your desk or whatever phrase you want to use, is there a quick like down and dirty analysis that you do to try to understand if that's a deal that you should spend more time on?
If I'm seeing something come in my inbox, unless it's from someone that I really trust and respect, a lot of the times they just sit unopened. But for the people that are like, referring me and things like that, I'll check it out. If it already has like a price associated with it, I'll see if it fits within my parameters. So like, for instance, I've noticed in the Richmond area that if the ARV, so the after repair value, if it's around it could be a little bit higher, but $300K and lower, usually that'll make a good rental in this market because our rents are kind of high. I mean, it is what it is. Even with the higher interest rates, it usually works. So I kind of start there. And then once I look to see what that number is, if I know, okay, well, I can make this work, then I'll probably look into it a little bit further. But if I'm like, I don't think I see this happening, but if I know someone in my network that I could probably make it work with, then I'll consider that too.
Yeah, I've actually tended to avoid the big wholesaler emails because if you're getting those, it went out to 50,000 other people too. But if you have that network like you've built, where like your closer network hits you up and puts something in front of you, like that's probably where you're gonna
Yeah, my favorite deals are the ones where they just give me the address and the person's name and phone number and I just go and talk to them and we come to an agreement. Like, that's my favorite.
So when you're in front of that seller, how does that conversation start? What does that look like?
So usually when I'm talking to them, I want to ask open-ended questions, right? I want to ask them things like, okay, so tell me about what's going on here. And then that allows them to say, oh, well, we're looking to buy another property. We can't afford to clean this place out, and this place is too small, whatever they want to say, right? And you can use the FROG acronym. Google what that means, because I don't remember, but I just know it's great for us building rapport. But I try to ask questions, and sometimes they might come off as me being a little bit nosy, but I ask questions and give them the expectation that I'm asking you these questions because I'm trying to figure out a solution for you.
Right.